Check, check. Okay. Hello, welcome to the Board of Education meeting of August 26, 2025. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Will, would you please reiterate our executive session motion?
I'd be delighted to. We entered into executive session to discuss the record of a particular student.
Okay, thank you. Hello, this is a brief business meeting before we head out for the Board of Education annual building tour. Some of us have actually headed out already because we're running a bit late, and we have 4 of us here this evening for the brief business meeting. And the tour is meant to ensure our buildings are ready for the start of school next week. As I've said before, it is a highlight of board service as we can see the hard work and loving care of the facilities team and the students who come to work for them over the summer. On Monday, there was the annual administrative retreat. Today, Dr. Champ and I welcome new teachers to the district before their onboarding, and tomorrow is Superintendent's Conference Day. Tomorrow evening, we have our board retreat where we will set board goals for the coming year. The wheels are in motion, and I wish everyone, students, families, teachers, and staff, a great start to school. Finally, I'd like to congratulate the district for Pelham Memorial High School ranking number 52 in New York high schools by U.S. News and World Report. This is improving from last year where the high school ranked number 81. The score for Pelham Memorial High School was 97.62 out of 100. This puts us in the top 4% of the schools that are actually in the ranking, and it shows we're competitive because those schools above us, most of them are specialized STEM schools or public high schools that you need to test into, so congratulations to Pelham Memorial High School for a great showing in the U.S. News and World Report. Okay.
Great. Yes. Okay, well, thank you so much, and I echo everything that Jackie said. I'm just so proud of the continued work of the high school, and we see that our high school is our flagship. It's the culmination of 12 years, 13 years of education for our students. So we know that nothing happens in isolation here. But kudos to Mr. Llewellyn, Dr. Titone for leading the work there, all of our curriculum directors, and the faculty of the school who really work to bring those things about, but also congratulations to all of our faculty from K up who have had a hand in making our students so successful. In addition to what Jackie shared, as you said, we've got our facility tours. We'll be doing a more in-depth presentation update. Jim's going to help me with that next week on our opening of school report, which is a short week away, on our facilities, which we'll be looking at tonight. Tomorrow, as Jackie mentioned, is our Superintendent's Conference Days. We're excited to have 2 full days of professional learning with our entire staff. One of the things that we're really working hard on this year emanated from some of the conversations that we had in our administrative retreat yesterday. We had a full day off-site where we took our debrief from the back at the end of the last school year, our strategic plan, and worked hard to identify what we're calling the 3 rocks. You may be familiar with the Stephen Covey analogy. I think it's called the big rock theory, where if you were to take 3 big rocks and a batch of pebbles and some sand, if you start and put the sand in whether it's a vase or a bucket, put it in first, put your pebbles in, put the rocks on top and not necessarily going to fit in, and each of those representing the things that we prioritize. What are the most important big things that we're trying to do? The kind of the medium, how do we get the work done? And then, of course, the granular, all the little things that just kind of crop up every day. But when you start in the other order, by putting the big rocks in first, then the pebbles and the sand, it all fits. And at the end of the day, there's sometimes even more space. Mm-hmm. So our goal this year is to focus on the 3 big rocks. And for us this year, our theme for the year is systems of support for all students. You're going to hear lots of that as the year rolls out. Our big 3 rocks this year are MTSS, the multi-tiered systems of support, different aspects of instructional technology. thinking especially of AI, how that impacts our lives, and building out different data systems, continuing to build on those that we've been doing over the last several years. And then also looking at the New York Inspires initiatives. That's the Blue Ribbon Commission recommendations, the profile of a graduate. The state has now finalized that profile and is calling the initiative New York Inspires. So how do we roll that out then as well? What are the implications K-12? Those are our big 3 rocks for the year. We're gonna work really hard to make sure everything we do is anchored around those, which means we may have to occasionally say no to things that are not connected to those. So just put that out there. But that's our goal, streamline the work, really focus, and drive our initiatives forward. On a related note, you'll be hearing more about this throughout the year. The board has a pen in front of you. Pelham ignites the elements. This is the new STEM initiative that Dr. Callahan has been working with a committee since the spring. You'll probably remember the boy who harnessed the wind and then chasing space. The Pelham ignites the elements is going to be a chemistry focus. So really exciting events coming in the year ahead. You're going to be hearing lots more about that. So that's your swag for the board to start to get excited about that initiative. And finally, because I know we're on a very tight schedule tonight, I just wanted to add on the agenda, we did make one last minute add, the code of conduct. We had put that out for a hearing at our meeting back, our reorganization meeting back in July. We just need the board to adopt that tonight. We did not get any feedback, adjustments, or amendments, so it is being presented to you tonight as you saw it back in July. And that'll conclude my report for tonight, and we'll look forward to hearing more about our conference day, our facilities, and all that stuff next week.
Thank you, Dr. Champ. Okay, we can move to 4.1. Do I have a motion to recess the business meeting and convene a public hearing on the draft district safety plan?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we are now in a public hearing. Do we have we don't have communications and comments from the public, but
No public?
so there's no public here this evening. So do I have a motion to close the public hearing on the draft district safety plan?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next is communications and comments from the public, which I just said no one from the public is here this evening, so we can move on to, do I have a motion to take 6.1 to 6.6 as a consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Speak to
Okay,
some
and
of
if you
those.
could, yes, thank you.
Yeah, so typical disposal of equipment, that's a pretty simple one. As you'll see tonight, we also are asking you to adopt the district-wide safety plan, which you just held your hearing on. Thanks to Jim Rickey and to Tom Drake and the safety team for the work that's gone into that. So all the updates for the year are in place. We do anticipate having to bring that back to the board again because the state, once again, made a last-minute change. So we will, once we get that language ready to go, we'll bring that board back to the board, have to do another 30-day hearing period, and then look for a readoption. But this will give us the ability to put the current one in place starting next week.
And it's not a major
No, it has to do
change?
with
Yeah,
cardiac emergencies, some new legislation that came out requiring that it be in the plan and some new training. So we're
Okay.
just nailing down the details there. Also on the agenda tonight, you'll see a contract with Student Assistance Services. You probably are familiar with our Student Assistance Counselor at the high school. We've had that service in place and at the middle school in place for a very long time. You probably remember through the budget process, we did need to reduce the funding for that, given some of the constraints that we're functioning under. Very fortunate that Ellen Morehouse, who's longtime director of that program, has also been developing a series of grants to bring in mental health clinics to schools. And when I spoke to her about the need to reduce the funding, she said, hey, I've got this great opportunity. If we'd like to, she could supplement what we were budgeted for, which was 3 days a week of student assistance counselor with an on-site mental health clinic. Same person can function, so we could have a full-time student assistance counselor here. 2 of those days she would actually function as a private mental health provider.
wow.
So there'll be a lot more information to come on that. The great part is it's no cost to us. It's a service that would be available for Pelham Memorial High School students and middle school students who are currently enrolled in the school. And it would be something that families could access that using private insurance or sliding scale. And it is actual mental health treatment. So we're looking at that as a really great additional resource for families and someone who can work hand in hand with the school to provide supports.
Quick question, is that during the school day then, that they would?
It would be
Be able
available
to-
during the school
Okay.
day and maybe a little bit of extended school day. Work with the families on scheduling. So
That's great.
schools that are shifting to that model are finding it very accessible for
Mhm.
students and families who can't get those services elsewhere. So we're excited about that. So more to come on that. But what we did here, we are approving the extension of the student assistance part here. We will be actually going through BOCES eventually. They just got approved through BOCES, so we'll be shifting the cost there. But in order to get the program up and running and approved for the start of school, we wanted to bring it to you today. But just know that that shift will occur
Okay.
later in the year. A stipulation of settlement for special education situation, and then also you see here just 2 approvals of mergers for our athletics programs for girls ice hockey and co-ed wrestling.
Great. Thank you. Any comments or questions on these? No? All in favor? Aye. None opposed, so all of those motions carry. We can move to, should I add that in here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to add something in. Do I have a motion for a resolution for student transportation appeals 1, 2, and 4 for school year 2025 and 2026? A resolution, a motion to deny the appeal requests.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, and I just want to let everyone know that the district will be in communication with the families who put those appeals forward tomorrow, right? Okay, thank you.
And there was additional appeal in there as well,
Oh, I skipped 3?
Yep.
I'm sorry, is that a different?
number 3.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Excuse me. Do I have a resolution, a motion for a resolution for to deny student transportation appeal number 3 for school year 2025, 2026?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So
Thank you.
those motions carry, and again, the district will be in contact tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay. Number 7.
Okay, we can move to 7. Do I have a motion to approve the code of conduct for the 2025, 2026 school year?
So moved.
Second.
And as I mentioned earlier, no changes from what was presented to you in July.
And that includes the new connected internet device policy stuff.
Those were included, we've got our new policy, and the information was updated in the student handbooks.
Student handbook,
So-
I always
Yep.
forget, yeah. Difference between the two.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed, so that is approved. Do I have a motion to take a consent agenda for 8.1 through 9.1?
So moved. Second.
Any?
Yeah, I would just say I'm excited to have, again, rounding out the new staff for the school
Yes.
year. So on instructional, you see a series of appointments. We're excited to have those folks jumping in, filling the classrooms, several resignations, both instructional and non-instructional. Certainly Schedule D you're familiar with, and
Yes.
that rounds out the motion.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, so those are all approved. Does anyone have new business, 10.1? No? And there's no communications and comments from the public. I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, thank you.
Okay, thank you very
We're
much.
getting to the tour now.
Yes, on to the facilities. And Jim, if you can point us towards where they are located, we'll head in that